Thank you. Put your hands down. Good morning and welcome to the last day of school. So wet day. I think we all feel that way, including the teachers. It's been a great year. I'm so glad that you all came to school today on this wet day. We really want to try to stay dry and safe today because it's going to be a rainy day all day long. You all are in store for a very special assembly brought to you by one of our former students. And so I would ask that you just pay very special attention. This is a very important bullying prevention is a very, very important topic for all of us, students and adults. So please have your best manners, your best listening. And for our 5th graders, this will be our last opportunity to meet together as a whole grade level before you go off and go to middle school, to Polo Park, to Wellington Landings, also to other middle schools. So please give Ms. Bray your attention now as she introduces all of our guests and into the program.
Good morning, students. I am excited this morning that we're having this very special program. 5th graders, you participated in the great program with Deputy Haber, and you experienced lessons on anti-bullying, anti-violence, anti-drug. And now this morning, we have a very special privilege because one of our former students participated in an anti-violence campaign, and he was honored by winning a very special award, and he's going to tell you more about it in a minute. But first of all, I would like to welcome our very honored guests. We have Miss Cardozo, Miss Simmel. We have parents, Mr. and Mrs. Schloss. And then welcome to their grandpa. I'd like to welcome from the Sheriff's Department, Marcia, Bahia. She is part of the gang violence prevention, the gang violence prevention office from the Sheriff's Office. And then we have Detective Michael Morales, and he is also welcome. He is also part of the Gang Violence Prevention Office from the Sheriff's Office. We also have, and I'd like to welcome Brittany Schloss. She is a student at Suncoast High School, and I'd like to welcome Dylan Hackl-Alfonso and Christopher Delsoin. And they are football players for the Suncoast varsity football Chargers. And then I would like to wish a very special welcome to our very special guest, Brandon Schloss. And Brandon was a student here at New Horizons, and he's a student that took everything he learned from his teachers and everything he learned about character education, and he has become a person of character who's making a difference in the community. So without further ado, I will turn the program over to Brandon Schloss.
Good morning. Hope you all are doing well today, as it's the last day of school. I would first like to thank Principal Cardozo, Miss Bray, and the 4th and 5th grade teachers for allowing me to speak to you all today. I used to be a student here at New Horizons, and I'm happy to be here today with a very important message. This is actually the first time I've ever spoken in front of this many people, so I'm a bit nervous. As Ms. Bryan has indicated, my name is Schloss, and I'm a 7th grader, soon to be 8th grader at Okeeheelee Middle School. So why am I here today? About 3 to 4 months ago, the middle school students of Palm Beach County were given a challenge. The challenge was called the Do the Right Thing Challenge. We were asked to write an essay answering 3 questions. First, how has youth violence affected me? What are the causes of youth violence? And finally, what can I do to reduce youth violence? Over 24,000 middle school students submitted an essay. I was fortunate and honored that based on my essay and an interview, I was selected as the first place male. As the first place male, I was appointed as ambassador for Palm Beach County to meet with other middle school students ambassadors from across the United States and Washington, D.C. this summer to address the problem of youth violence. I have in my hand the book that contains 280 of the top essays that were submitted into the Do the Right Thing Challenge. I have read just about every essay in this book, and what I've seen is that bullying is a common problem in our schools. The students who wrote these essays talk about being bullied and witnessing bullying. Bullying is defined as the use of one's strength or popularity to injure, threaten, or embarrass another person. Bullying can be physical or verbal. Bullying is not just physically hurting someone, like pushing or punching someone. It can also be picking on or teasing someone through the use of words to embarrass them. When it comes to bullying, we all fall into 3 categories. First, those who are being bullied. Second, those bullying others. Third, those on the outside who witness bullying. I would first like to talk about being bullied. While I would like to come here today and say that I've never been bullied, I cannot. I've remembered times in elementary school being teased or called names. It makes you feel embarrassed, sad, and lonely. Rather than let the kids who are teasing you win, I learned that the best way to handle the bully is to walk away and just ignore them. I just stayed close to my friends. I did not use violent acts against the bullies. That's never the answer. I knew that if necessary, I could always talk to one of my teachers, guidance counselors, or my parents. The 5th graders here today will be going to middle school in the fall. As the new kids in school, there's always a possibility that another student may tease you or even push you. If that happens, please do not fight back physically. Stand up to the bully does not mean hitting the bully. It means doing the right thing. You may think that if you tell on a bully, you're a tattletale. You're not. For example, are you a tattletale for telling the police that someone has robbed a store? No. In either case, you're acting responsibly. If you have been bullied by another student, there's a good chance that someone else is being bullied by them, or will be bullied. By telling adults, you're not only helping yourself, but could be helping another student. You're also helping the bully. The bully will hopefully learn a lesson before he hurts someone else and faces severe punishment. For those of you who think that they should just hit the bully, think again. You and the bully will both get in trouble. Your parents will not be happy to have to leave work and pick you up from school, and you have you serve a suspension or possibly expelled. Why should we put our parents through this? A couple months ago, another student just punched me in the face. In the nose, when I picked up his flash drive. I really wasn't not really hurt physically, but that student was expelled. Now I could have hit him back, but all that would have happened was I would have also been suspended or possibly even been expelled. I would not be here today speaking with you or been able to run on my track team or even play baseball on my middle school team this fall. I'm glad that I thought before I reacted. Now we'll talk about the bully. Kids bullying others for many reasons. Some think that bullying will help them fit in, or they want to copy their friends, or think that it's cool. They are wrong. When I watch the news, I see stories about people who hurt innocent people, like what happened at the Boston Marathon. Two men use violence to injure other people. I also watch the news and hear stories about people who help others, like our officers, our bystanders that get involved to help stop violent acts. Which ones are your role models? I know that my role models are the ones that help others. The bully does not help anyone. For those of you who think that bullying is cool or they will get away with it, I'm here to warn you that you will not. Eventually you will be caught, and like the kid who hit me, you could be suspended or expelled or even arrested. Now the group that most of us belongs to are those on the outside who witness bullying. Most of us have seen one kid or a group of kids pick on someone else, make fun of them, exclude them, or call them names. Many kids look the other way when they see bullying. I used to be one of those kids. I was afraid that if I said something or stood up, I too would have been bullied or picked on. I no longer think that way because I know that if I was being bullied, I would want someone to be there for me. My role models are those people who are brave enough to stand up for others. We need to learn to be leaders and not followers. If you see someone being bullied, stand by them and support them and get help from a teacher or another adult. There's more people like us than the bully, and once the bully realizes this, he or she will no longer be a bully. 3 months ago, I was challenged to do the right thing and write an essay about youth violence. Today, I challenge myself and all of you to do the right thing and treat others the way you would like to be treated. I'm honored to have the support of the following community leaders and high school students here today for this presentation. They're my role models. First, I'd like to introduce my sister, Brittany Schloss. Brittany is soon to be a senior at Suncoast High School. Brittany also went to New Horizons Elementary School. She is an excellent student and is involved in extracurricular activities such as track and cross country. She's also now the Secretary of National Honor Society. With Brittany are two of her classmates from Suncoast High School who will be seniors next fall. Hackl-Alfonso and Delsoin. They are not only very good students, but also very good football players for the high school football team. We also have here today Miss Bahia and Detective Morales from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. They work very hard to keep our county safe and are involved with the students throughout our county. Right now, I will have my sister Brittany and Dylan and Chris say a few words.
Hi, as Brandon mentioned, I'm Brittany. I used to attend New Horizons Elementary School, and I am now a junior, soon to be senior at Suncoast. And everything that Brandon has just said is exactly right. As you progress through school and you finish elementary school and you go through middle and high school, you'll see that those who are bullies and thought they were cool will no longer be in the long run. And I remember when I was in middle school, I think it was 7th grade, like many people who witness bullying, I used to just turn the other way and just let it be, but I realized that is not the right thing to do. But anyways, in 7th grade, I witnessed a fight, another kid being bullied in the hallway, and rather than just turning the other way and pretending as if I hadn't seen anything, I actually informed a teacher what was going on. And after the fact, I didn't feel like I was a tattletale or that I had done anything wrong, because I helped an individual who needed my help and who was being bullied. And I feel like it's important that everyone realizes the importance of telling someone when they witness something like this. So I can't stress enough the importance of informing others of when you see someone being bullied, or just not bullying at all. And by informing an adult, you're actually being the bigger person, and by doing the right thing. So that's what I'm trying to stress here. Just always be the bigger person and do the right thing, and don't bully.
Now I'd like to introduce Dylan and Chris.
And I play at Suncoast, as well as Chris, to my right. And we are both in the IB program at Suncoast. And Suncoast is one of the top 10 schools in the country. So we do have a tough time balancing sports and our education. But everything in life, everything you do in life that's worth it in the end is going to be hard. And I know that a lot of you strive to be popular, you strive to fit in and do the right thing. Bullying is not the way to do it. Bullying, you can just be yourself, be who you are, and people will love who you are. You don't need to make fun of others, you don't need to put them down, you don't need to do all those things. You can just be who you are, treat others with kindness, treat others the way you want to be treated, and it'll work out for you in the end. And I have to say that being a part of a team, being part of a sports team, has definitely helped me in my life. And I see bullying, I see a lot of things at high school, and being part of a team, it really helps you. You stick together. So if I can say one thing, it's definitely being part of a sports team when you get to high school. For sure.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm also on the football team, like Dylan just said. And like he was saying, bullying is not the way to be popular because you can do other things like join clubs, join sports teams, just have friends that you know won't bully you. And if you see bullying, telling like an adult or a teacher isn't being a tattletale, it's just doing the right thing. And if people think you're a tattletale, then they're not your friend. And also, I recall a time back when I was in elementary school, I had a friend that was being bullied like every day, but he wouldn't say anything because the bully kept threatening him. So eventually I went to the teacher and I told her what was happening, and that bully got expelled from that school. And another time in middle school, I was actually bullied for a little bit when I was in 6th grade, and I didn't want to tell the teacher either because I was scared that the bully would like hurt me some more. But eventually one of my good friends, like I did in elementary school, had told the teacher, and we got everything settled up. So it's not being a tattletale, it's just doing the right thing. And also, I like to stress the importance of being part of a team or a club. It really helps you like get through school, get through all the homework and stuff that you have, because you know that you're part of the team, and being part of the team is one of the best things that you could do in your life, and it just helps you to be a better person in the end. And also, I want to talk about the importance of staying in school and the importance of doing your best throughout your whole educational career. And that's about it.
Now I'd like to introduce Miss Bahia.
Good morning, students. I'm going to step here because I like to walk around. How many 5th grade students? How many students are in 5th grade? Raise your hand. Congratulations, students, as you move up to middle school. And then we have the 4th graders, and time will go by fast. This morning, as I came in and I went to the office, I had a great surprise. I saw my daughter's kindergarten teacher. My daughter's now going to college, and I know that for you, it seems that it's so far away, but I can tell you it's not. It goes by very fast. So I had the pleasure of seeing her this morning, and my daughter's going to the University of Central Florida. My daughter, when she was about your age, she was bullied. And reason why, which to me is not a reason, but you know that bullies like to pick on people's differences, right? She was picked on because she was always very small. To this day, she's still very small. She's only 97 pounds, and she is 18. But she is a ballerina, and she has danced all her life, and she's now graduating from Dreyfus and moving on to University of Central Florida. So as you move on to middle school, your kids have to be aware of what's going to be there. While it's so much fun, middle school is so much fun, as well as elementary and then high school. But you just need to be aware you're going to be the newcomers, right? The new students. And sometimes kids can get picked on because they're just coming in. And I think your students here gave great examples and advice on how you should behave and not accept others bullying you or bullying other kids. And the way to do is not only to walk away, it's about telling an adult and let the adult handle it. Bullying is all about control. Do you think that the person who bullies is a happy person? Do you?
Yeah. No.
Do you think he's happy? No. He maybe shows himself as being a happy person because right now he is trying to get control over you. But deep down, deep inside, they're not happy. Sometimes he or she was bullied herself, sometimes at home. So it is our job on behalf of others and on behalf of yourself to tell someone, Because if you don't tell someone, these kids will feel that they are even more stronger, that they are stronger. And they will just do more and more and more times, and they're going to hurt more and more people. They will feel stronger. So it is important to tell your teacher, your principal, your guidance counselor, the school police officer, and let them handle it. My daughter, as I said, she was bullied because of her being different than some other kids. But you know what? The world would be very boring if we were all very much alike. It's nice to experience people's differences so you learn more about different cultures and different people. But at the end, we are all human beings. So we are supposed to love and respect each other. Don't be afraid of telling others. Actually, you're going to show how brave you are if you tell others and you stand ahead and stop bullying and step up and stop bullying. So I wish you a lot of luck in middle school. The kids maybe we'll be back next year and talk to the 5th graders. But just keep in mind, we are strong. We have to be self-confident. Yes. You walk away, but with your head up. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to feel intimidated. You don't need to bend your head down because you are stronger than they are. And I heard someone telling that a bully is like a sandpaper. Do you know what a sandpaper is? What do you use as sandpaper?
You use sandpaper to make wood
smooth. That's right. So the wood gets more polished. And then sandpaper, as they say, sandpaper is the bully. We get more polished. And what happens after you use the sandpaper? It's no good anymore, right?
Yeah.
So they're not good. And we are more polished. Detective Morales? He's going to let you know how sometimes bullying can get to gang violence.
All right. Last day of school. Let's hear it. It's a pleasure to be here. I know it's an exciting time coming up for you kids in the summertime. The most important message that I heard here this morning is what they said here is being involved in something. And I always said to myself, you're going to get into something. Well, you might as well make it something positive. You know, summer camps, sports, different clubs. All those things create a positive environment and will create a positive outcome for you. If you start associating yourself with negative things during the summertime, a lot of bad things can happen. And when bad things happen, unfortunately, that's when I come into the picture. I work for the gang unit at the sheriff's office, and what I do is I investigate violent crimes that are gang-related. I'll give you an example that just happened this past week, one of my cases. I had a 17-year-old kid who did something very, very bad, very violent. And I ended up putting him, the judge sentenced him to 10 years in prison. That's a long time. 10 years. Okay? That kid is never going to be able to play sports like they do, and like a lot of you do. That kid will never be able to perhaps get a job when they finish school. If you wanted to be a police officer, a firefighter, a teacher, that's out the window. So I really believe that has to do with being involved in positive things. Okay? Associating yourselves with positive people. Now, not so much at your age now, but the 5th graders moving on to the next level, there might be an instance where you might encounter gangs in schools, okay? And a lot of times that could be associated with bullies. That's how they recruit gang members. Now, the one thing that you should remember when leaving here is you must say no to gangs, okay? Now everyone say it. 1, 2, 3. Say no to gangs! That's right. tips here that from this pamphlet that we can use this for bullying as well. And it's called anger. We shouldn't show anger if we're bullied in school, because that means that the bully is getting a reaction from you that he wants, or he or she wants. Okay? Don't fight back, like Brandon mentioned in his speech earlier, because that's what they want. Okay? Be the bigger person. Go speak to a guidance counselor, your teacher, or tell your parents at home. Okay? Walk away is always the right thing to do. Alright? I want to share a story of mine growing up, and it all goes back to being involved in something positive as you're going through school now. In high school, there was a lot of games where I went, and I chose to, well, I played baseball growing up my whole life, and because I was involved with sports, that was the positive thing that I was involved with. My teammates, my friends, all created good energy and a good outcome for everything. Because of that, I got a scholarship to play in college, and from there, I got drafted by the Atlanta Braves and played 2 years in the minor league system. Because of that, I truly attribute to just staying focused in education and being positive with your schoolwork, and good things like that will happen. I want to talk a little bit about gangs, because a lot of the times they'll try to recruit, and they'll try to pick on some of the kids that tend to be by themselves or like loners. It's always good to have a buddy system. Okay, always be with your friends. Always associate yourself with a lot of people. That way, you're not a target. So just to finish things off, just remember, just say no to gangs and say no to bullying, and don't be afraid to tell the teacher, to tell the guidance counselor, and to speak with your parents and have an open relationship where you shouldn't be afraid to speak out and show your feelings, okay? Other than that, I hope everyone has a great summer, and I hope you don't see me. All right.
Alright, before we end this, I just want to ask one question. Has anybody been bullied here? Has anybody been bullied? What happened?
Well, this kid named Rodrigo, he goes to this school, and I was at the park, and he kept teasing me, he kept pushing me around. I really wanted to fight him.
Students, I'm sorry. We have to end our program right now. Mrs. Cardozo is going to give you instructions and tell you exactly what to do. So let's please thank these people for coming and give them an applause.
Thank you so much. This has just been amazing. I'm sorry that we have to end a little bit early. There is severe weather in the Wellington area, and so I'm going to first dismiss 4th grade. Excuse me, give me 5. Sit down, everyone. You need to listen. Excuse me. Boys and girls, right here, 5th graders, this group, 4th and 5th, please listen. When your teacher comes to the front door, teachers, we're going to have to go into moving into our severe weather area away from the windows until you receive an announcement. So I'm going to, yes, and watch for puddles, but we need to move quickly back to the classroom. So I'm going to ask 4th grade to begin.